Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Zed for me, and today what I'm going to be doing is taking out the stock airbox and installing the open air intake from DFG Tuning. So I want to give a shout out and say thank you to the guys over at Modded Euros for sending me this intake. After I did the resonator delete and I turned off the sound actor, the car sounds very good, and you know, I really love the extra sound of the turbo that the resonator did. And I'm not sure if it's really a placebo effect, but basically when my wife and I have been driving around, she's been noticing the turbo noise a little bit more as well, and she just got hooked on a little bit like I did, hearing the turbo. So you know, both of us really like that. So I went around and looked for air intakes. The APR one, that's like carbon fiber, that looks really nice. It's really expensive at like $600 something. There's also one from Volkswagen Racing. A lot of those are like this stock airbox where they're kind of closed off. So I looked for one that was actually like an open air intake, where it's a cone style filter like this, and this just kind of sits right here and it's open. And what's good about this particular one is that it's not just a quick replacement where you take out the stock airbox and you put on open air like a filter. This one actually is the whole system with the entire heat shield, so that's what we're going to be installing today. My wife thinks that I can install this in under half an hour. It's currently 10:33 right now, so I'm going to try and get this done before 11 a.m. I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll see how far we get. So there's really good instructions on DFG Tuning's website on how to install it. It's very straightforward with pictures. I'm just going to be following that guide on how to install it for my particular car. So the intake is basically held in by a couple of grommets. So you kind of just pull straight up, and that's basically it to get it off. All set. It is 11:02, just basically half an hour, but as you can see, this open air intake should hopefully make the intake noise a little bit better. Hopefully I can hear the turbo spooling a little bit more. Thank you to DFG Tuning as well as Modded Euros for sending this intake. We'll take a drive soon, and I'll give you my impressions as to whether or not this intake really helps with hearing the turbo. I know some people don't like to hear the turbo. I personally like to hear it spooling. I know there's also a lot of you who do like to hear the turbo spool, so hopefully I'll be able to get some clips, and when I'm driving around, you'll be able to actually hear the turbo spooling up. Definitely hear the turbo more. I'm sure you guys could hear the turbo spooling. That did not sound like that before. So definitely a good mod. let's go out for a drive and see when we're driving if it makes a big difference with the hood actually down. And excuse the dirty car. All right, let's go out for a drive, see how it sounds. Oh yes, you guys should definitely hear that. So unfortunately I don't have my mount, so you guys will have to bear with me, but listen to this. You can hear it so much more. It sounds so much better. This is awesome. When it's spooling up, you hear it, and when you let off the gas, you hear it as well. Let's go for a little bit more around the block. Sounds awesome. I don't know why when I bought this car, all right, let me close up the windows, but I don't know why, but when I bought this car, I didn't think that I would want to modify it so that it would be loud and crazy. But honestly, after doing that resonator delete, after turning off the sound actor and kind of seeing what this car could potentially sound like, I think I'm hooked. Now when you let off the gas, you could hear that turbo so much more, and then when you're on it as well, it sounds pretty awesome. So that's got me pretty excited, to be honest. I think, you know, the next thing that I would be interested in doing is probably either getting a downpipe or some sort of exhaust system on this car. You know, am I turning this car into what a WRX is? I don't think so. I think this car is still super refined. I just love the sound of the exhaust, and I love the sound of the intake. Thank you guys at DFG Tuning for creating a pretty awesome intake box. You guys should definitely check out DFG Tuning. I know they're actually new to the VW scene. They're not new to cars and bringing car parts, but they are new to the VW scene. So at least check them out, consider it. This entire kit I think is around $330. So it's considerably less than some of the other intake systems out there. But I think that, you know, depending on what you're getting the intake for, right? Most people would be getting the intake for better noise, and it definitely does the job. I think it looks good as well. You know, when you open the hood, you can tell that the intake system is definitely not stock. I'm curious to, you know, see what my wife would be thinking about this, but I think she's gonna be pretty excited too. So for those of you guys who are interested in this, definitely check them out on Modded Euros. Once again, thank you to them for sending out the DFG Tuning intake. And I also got another product from them that I'll be installing soon, which is rear end links. So guys, definitely stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber yet, definitely think about subscribing. I look forward to see you guys in the next one. If you guys have any questions, be sure to let me know in the comments below.